Hi, I'm George, the Weather Dad, to take a look at the week before Thanksgiving week. And it's going to be really an interesting one from the standpoint that we're going to have rain, we're going to dry, rain, and then more dry. And also temperatures are going to be fluctuating quite a bit, but also a sneak preview of Thanksgiving. And that is really going to be intriguing, and I'll tell you that in just a minute. But first, let's take a look at your Monday. Not too bad. Pretty close to normal in this area. High pressure will be in control for the most part, so it's going to be fairly dry. Temperatures, again, normal highs are down into the middle to lower 50s now, and as we go closer to the end of November, they're going to be dropping significantly into the upper 40s for the afternoon highs. That means low temperatures are going to be down into the 20s. Warm weather there down in Texas, and it's even a little bit cooler along the southeast. That's on your Monday. Here we go on Tuesday, a little bit warmer, but you also see a low pressure system right there in the right near the Missouri-Illinois border. That's going to bring in some rain, some cooler air. You can kind of see some clouds and rain there in the Ohio Valley itself. So it's going to be a bit of a wet day there on Tuesday, and temperature-wise, it's going to be closer to normal. Here on Wednesday, it gets a little bit more of a warm-up. That's going to be in response to the next system coming in. Here we go on Thursday, dropping down again a little bit warmer along the southeast. And then as we head on into your Friday, here comes the next system. It's going to warm up a little bit ahead of time. Now, keep in mind, when I talk about warm up, that means in respect to normal temperatures. So we're looking at temperature now in the lower to middle 50s. So temperatures will be probably in probably mid to upper 50s, maybe even lower 60s ahead of the next system pushing its way in. So it's still going to be jacket weather, even though here it's looking at temperatures a little bit above normal. And then for Thanksgiving, take a look at what happens here. It's going to warm up, but notice the divide. Very cold there, pretty warm, nice temperatures again in the 50s for us here on Thanksgiving Day. But take a look at that divide. That is going to be a significant storm system pushing its way in, and I will show you that more on the precipitation map. Monday, not too bad, pretty dry across the Midwest. Here comes the next system. California, you're getting some nice needed rain right now, maybe a little bit too much at one point, because when it falls that fast, and you're going to look at some localized flooding, and it looks like there's going to be some there on your Monday. Come Tuesday, this is where it gets wet here in the Midwest. You see it there. So no snow, just rain at this point. Wednesday, we dry out. Like I said, it's going to be up and down precipitation-wise. So this is on Wednesday. We have some mountain snows there out in the Rockies. Here we go on Thursday. It's going to start the day dry here in the Ohio Valley, but that's going to push its way in. And then as you look on Friday, boom, lots of rain coming across the area. Once again, temperatures are going to be above the freezing mark, so I don't expect really any snow out of this, maybe up a little bit further to the north, but this is all pretty much going to be liquid precipitation. And then that's going to move out for Saturday. So Saturday and over the weekend, looks not too bad if you're going to be some driving, doing some traveling before Thanksgiving week. Speaking of Thanksgiving, are you ready for this? Take a look at this system, north-south, and I do expect some severe weather along with this, potentially even some localized flooding. Based on this model at this point, we're still a long ways out, but the trending, and I've been watching it over the last several days, is producing a big system. The question is on the timing of it. This is going to be midday Thanksgiving right here in the Cincinnati area. Ohio Valley should be okay, but this is going to be pushing its way in. On the back side, though, it is going to be bitterly cold. So the bottom line here for Thanksgiving, anybody east of the Mississippi River should be okay for Thanksgiving. Everyone to the west, with the exception maybe of the Rockies, is going to be dry out there. This is where we're going to have to keep an eye on at this point in time. Potentially some severe weather for the Ohio Valley, Cincinnati area. That would be late Thanksgiving night and on into your Friday. But that weekend itself looks like it's going to be very, very cold, bitterly cold temperatures coming in. When I'm talking about highs in the 30s with lows possibly in the teens, and there could be some snow wrapped around behind it, especially up towards the north. Traveling after Thanksgiving Day itself, let's say on into the weekend as this system pushes east, looks like it may be okay at this point in time. Still a long ways out, a lot could change, but right now, looking very, very interesting for Thanksgiving Day. But before that, again, this week, you're going to need your rain gear on Tuesday here in the Midwest, late Thursday on into Friday, and temperatures, not bad, close to normal for the most part. I'm George, the Weather Dad.